are still watching Mr. and Miss Chinatown Philippines 2018, the Grand Coronation Night. Now from 16, our semi-finalists will be trimmed down to 6 who are set to answer the final question. Here we go.
Here we go. Let's start off with our finalists for the Mr. Chinatown Philippines 2018. In a random order, congratulations to candidate number 6, Moises Limi Yuen. Your family can cheer for you now because you are in our top 3. Candidate number 7, Brian Christopher Gocheco. And completing the list for our gentlemen is candidate number 8, Martin Leonard Chua.
We say congratulations to our top 3, Mr. Chinatown Philippines 2018. And now it's the ladies' turn in random order. Please step forward because you are part of our top 3. Candidate number 5, Sabrina Nang. You could be our next Miss Chinatown. Candidate number 8, Marike. And capping out the list, this is your lucky night. Candidate number 10, Carly Chua.
From 16, we are down to 6.
Yep, the top 6 will be answering just one final question, and they only have 30 seconds to answer, and then they'll be hearing this sound. There we go.
And since you will be answering just one question, the rest will be given a noise-canceling headsets.
They are all set. Shall we begin the final question round? Let's call in our first Mr. Chinatown finalist. We got candidate number 6, Moises Lim Yuen.
All right, Moises, here is your question. As a young Chinese Filipino, how do you show your love for your Chinese heritage and your love for your being a Filipino?
First of all, I want to let everybody know that we are Chinese by heritage, but we are Filipino by heart. And we owe a lot to this country. So I want to thank each and every Filipino, and I want to be a good bridge to Chinese and Filipino. I want to show the legacy of what we are doing here. First of all, Mr. and Miss Chinatown, championing advocacies for us. So I want to advocate for our culture and heritage. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Moises Lim Yuen.
Thank you, sir.
Right, let's have our next candidate. Number 5, Sabrina Nang.
Good evening, Miss Sabrina Nang. Your final question would be this one. As a young Chinese Filipino, how do you show your love for your Chinese heritage and your love for being a Filipino?
I can apply this in my life, especially in college, because I was able to meet new people from various parts of the Philippines. Before, I used to only be surrounded by Icans and those who are of full Chinese blood. So now I was able to get to know more of them and show them that it doesn't have to be based on your race, who you love or who you care about, who your friends are and who you have to be. It is all about being loving to all those you love, even if... Thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay,
Sabrina
you heard the
na.
gong. Thank you. Okay, let's call in our next male candidate. Candidate number 7, Brian Christopher Gocheco.
Here is your final question. As a young Chinese Filipino, how do you show your love for your Chinese heritage and your love for being a Filipino?
Before answering that question, I would like to say that being such, racial divide is prominent around the world, and we should be
Thank you so much, Brian.
Thank you, Brian Christopher Gocheco, candidate number 7. Now let's call in
Our next female, candidate number 8, Marie Ke.
Okay, Marie, your question goes, as a young Chinese Filipino, how do you show your love for your Chinese heritage and your love for being a Filipino?
I grew up in a very traditional Chinese family in Butuan City. It is a province in Mindanao. And I was very exposed to both the Filipino and Chinese culture. Armed with this cross-culture understanding, I believe that I can help the Chinese Filipino community by showing them my knowledge about both cultures. I believe that Filipinos are very hardworking as well as the Chinese, and we can better the future together. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you
much
so
for
much,
that answer.
Marie Ke.
And we continue asking the final question for candidate number 8, Mr. Martin Leonard Chua. Good evening.
Hello, Martin. You are the last male candidate to answer this question. As a young Chinese Filipino, how do you show your love for your Chinese heritage and your love for being a Filipino?
As a young Chinese Filipino, of course, I do my best to learn the Filipino-Chinese culture, language, and history. But more than that, with this pageant, that's why I love this pageant so much, especially the theme, because it's beauty and diversity. And through this pageant, I want to be able to show the Filipino-Chinese community the beauty and diversity, not just in the physical form, but also being passionate and determined with whatever your commitments are, regardless of your background and your history.
All right, on the dot. Thank you so much, Martin Chua.
Beauty and diversity.
Let's have
Please.
candidate number 10, Carly Chua.
Again, you're given 30 seconds to answer this final question, and your final question goes, as a young Chinese Filipino, how do you show your love for your Chinese heritage and your love for your being a Filipino?
First, of course, by bringing the culture of the Chinese heritage, not just of how I have grown being a Dabaweña, but of course to showcase it, going to different places, sharing what I have grown up to, sharing what I am capable of sharing, being a Dabaweña raised through the different cultures. Our differences unites us and makes us different. From our differences, that's what makes us unique, and that's what I'm able to share to everyone. Shasha Tagsha, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, and that completes our final round for the question and answer portion. I think all of them deserve a warm round of applause. Palakpakan naman po natin sila. When we come back, it's the crowning moment. Mga kapamilya, with its history only here on
Mr. and Miss Chinatown Philippines 2018.
Miss Mr. and Miss Chinatown 2018 is presented by Takchun Group. Co-presented by Federation of Filipino Chinese Chambers of Commerce and Industry Incorporated. Sponsored by Australia Harvest Oats. Pure Essentials. Tropicana Food. Blackwater. Globaltronics. Muber. Rich Prime Global. Jack Motors. White Knight Hotel. Philippine Xiamen Amity Association Incorporated. DR Swimwear. GMW Graphics Design Corporation. Japan Parts Trading Center. Resorts World Manila. RBEC Enterprises. Water Care. Gyokyan Garcia. Tiu Chunlin and Anthony Tiu. Jensen Chua and Li Pue Chin. Chan Guan. Caloocan Gas Corp. Lujin Ang. And Armored Transport Plus Incorporated. Sincerity Cafe and Restaurant. King Chef Seafood Restaurant. Evergreen. Federation of Philchai Association of the Philippines Incorporated. Miss Yu Eng Hui. MGM Chemicals Incorporated. Federation of Filipino Chinese Alumni Associations Incorporated. Grand Family Association of the Philippines Incorporated. Hong Kong Chamber of Commerce of the Philippines Incorporated. And Pedro Tan Tiong Sian.